What's up, everybody? We're going to do connections, and we're going to do it for Friday, July 11. Okay, we got some interesting stuff here. I can definitely see that right off the bat. We've got Uber, Schwan, Love, Vile, Zoom, Dodo, Awful. I think that's food. In fact, it might even be Scottish food. I think it's like guts. Okay. Goof, Folk, Photoshop, Yahoo, Goose, Google, Foul, Mean, and Siren. Wow. All right, here we go. This is insane. I didn't find anything from the first read, which is not good. And these words can go in so many different directions. I mean, ideas that are kind of brimming in my mind are some homophones, perhaps, some technology-related words. Yeah. Okay. Love makes me think of tennis, like a score of love. I don't know. Folk, folk dance, folk music. Google, Google, Zoom, Yahoo, and Uber, and then also Photoshop are all Photoshop is like something you install into your computer, whereas Zoom, Google, Yahoo, and Uber are all online apps. I don't know. I think that's sort of baity in nature. I'm going to be honest, the mean is going to be, that's a little bit of a dead zone for me. Oh, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mean, awful, vile. I was right. Homophones, guys. And foul. But if okay, so here we go. So vile, it should be VILE. We're talking about homophones for things that are nasty. So vile, foul would be FOUL. Mean is MEAN, and awful. That's a little bit of a stretch. You can let me know, but it's not really pronounced awful. It's awful, but we'll let it slide. I'm sure the Brits will definitely pronounce that differently and be like, come on, that's ridiculous. But that's AWFUL. So are these homophones for nasty? Yes, they are. Despicable. Okay. Sweet. Okay, I'm pretty happy about that. I feel like we have a chance today. Hopefully I don't blow it now. Still have to get the other three. It does still leave room for these technology things. Google, Zoom, Uber, and Yahoo. Again, I'm keeping Photoshop out. It could be a mistake. It maybe should be in there, but it's more of like a desktop app, right? It doesn't have to be compliant with the internet per se. Whereas the only way you can use these for is if it's online. So if that were the case, you'd have Goose, Swan, Dodo, and Siren? A siren is I'm basically thinking of like water-related creatures. A goose, a swan, a dodo, and a siren, but they're not really nicely connected. Unless there's something else I'm not looking at. Then you've got goof, folk, love, and Photoshop. What's going on with that? Just checking how much time I've been using so far. So if it were goose, siren, swan, and dodo, it would leave me with Photoshop, folk, goof, and love. No, 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 no. He's a goof. He's a dodo. He's a Yahoo. That might be what they're really looking for. Uber, folk. I'm thinking, do we have some German words? But not really. Uber, folk. Folk is people. Uber is above. But then where are the other German words? Uber, folk. Goof, dodo, swan, Google, goose. Not really. I think I'm better off going with he's a dodo, he's a goof, he's a Yahoo, and he's a goose. I don't know if I've heard of goose being used in that kind of like pejorative context, though. That's my only concern. Siren, siren. That doesn't sound like a German word. Uber and folk, though, really are. Could this be another one of their troll level puzzles where everything is a homophone for something? But I don't think that would be the case because Photoshop is not going to be a homophone. Maybe another, you see, it's all about perspective, right, guys? Like you can sort of be on the right track, but you have to just clean your lens, so to speak. These could be like verbs. You can Photoshop something, you can Google it. I'm going to Uber and I'm going to Zoom. See, I wasn't looking at it from that perspective, but you don't say I'm going to Yahoo. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Uber. I'm going to Uber a ride. I'm going to Zoom with you, and I'm going to Photoshop this. That actually is not bad. Yeah. You could call this like app or computer technology related verbs. It sort of gives us an opportunity to go with this goose, goof, dodo, and Yahoo. And if that were the case, you'd be left with siren, folk, love, and swan. Let's give this a shot, right? I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, companies that have become verbs. Perfect. That's pretty much what I said. All right. He's a Yahoo, a dodo, a goof, and a goose. Okay, silly person. Now this blue one's tricky. Siren. I think you need to look at it as I think a siren is like not a mermaid, but it's like isn't it like I think it's like a beautiful woman, a folk, a swan, and a love. Um, I'm just gonna say these are related to like either ballet or ballet or some play. Okay, kinds of songs. Ooh. So folk music, love music, swan music, siren music. Yeah, I was a little off on that. Because I was thinking of Swan Lake, I guess. Okay, not too bad. I mean, we did pretty good on the first three. That wasn't quite accurate on the last title. But I'm happy to not have expended any guesses, and it didn't take a tremendous amount of time. Little tricky though, because you have to really think about what to do with that Yahoo, because it is another internet company. But yeah, I don't think you really use that as a verb. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Share your results. Let me know how you did, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next round of connections.